Hello beautiful people, LosingDrea here, and today, I always hate that glare, it is Wednesday, it is October 18th, 2017, and I'm coming to you guys with another video. Basically, what I wanted to come to you with is the fact that I'm holding strong. I don't want to say I'm doing strong, but I'm holding strong, and I am doing good. Today is day 3, back on track. I'm doing ketogenic or low carb. Basically, at this point, I can't really say that I'm doing ketogenic due to the fact that I'm not in ketosis yet. I may or I may not be. I don't know how quickly my body adapts due to the fact that I don't get the typical symptoms that a lot of people get when they first start keto. There are flu-like symptoms. I did have the flu. I had just gotten over the flu, but I had fallen off the wagon a few times and restarted using keto. Was quite successful in it taking away the cravings for the sugary and high carb stuff that I was overindulging in previously, and that's how I get rid of the cravings, and then I'm not hungry all the time and all that, and it works for me. While the weight really, I get to a certain point and then I kind of plateau. Now, to me, a plateau is, stuck at a certain weight or stuck at a number within a couple of pounds up or down in that range, like a range of numbers. To other people, a plateau is you're at one particular number and you don't go down or up for probably a couple of weeks. That, or even several weeks. That if you watch Dr. Eric Westman and or Casey Durango, who, she kind of follows him, and I've seen her attend a few seminars along with him, sort of like assisting him in the seminars. And I love her. I love her channel. She's been very successful in quite a bit of weight loss on the ketogenic diet, and she follows everything that Dr. Westman has basically laid out and assessed for those to do in his clinical trials. So I found Dr. Westman through his video where he was doing a clinical trial, and he was podcasting or video casting it. And this is how I basically found out the gist of the ketogenic diet and why I decided I wanted to even try it. I thought that it sounded like I could actually do it. Unlike Atkins, everybody says, oh, it sounds like an Atkins diet. Well, I had ordered a free kit from Atkins once where they send you like a meal replacement bar and all this other kind of stuff and some coupons for some other stuff and their meals and this, that, and the other thing, because they want you to try their program. And it is successful, or it has been successful for some in the past. However, I looked at the phases of that diet, and I don't believe in programs and potions and all that stuff to begin with. However, I thought I'd give it the benefit of the doubt. It's one thing that I hadn't tried yet, and for anybody who knows me from my channel knows I try a lot of things. Why not? What do I have to lose other than the weight? And of course, any of the health problems that I might have that goes along with being overweight. So, anyways, long story short, I went ahead and looked at the phases of the Atkins, and I said, I can't do this. There's no way I can limit myself and do this. But for some reason, whenever it was that I found Dr. Eric Westman's video through his clinical trial where he was going over with the people, you saw him, you didn't see the people in the room with him who were there on the clinical trial. You can hear them in the background, obviously. But he was basically going over the do's and the don'ts of the ketogenic diet and what he expected of them to do and what he expected them not to do, or what they didn't need to do. Like, he didn't really want them weighing out things. He wanted them to just like take a handful of something as a cup, and not being limited and limiting themselves to, like if you don't have a scale, you're not going to be able to weigh it. But telling them what they can and can't have and giving them options and showing them, there's a lot of things that if you did go out and eat, you could find things that are within the ketogenic diet that you could eat and be successful still at remaining in ketosis and losing the weight that you want to lose, as well as getting healthy. Now, some gurus, and I don't know if I should call them gurus, but people that are out there who are on a ketogenic lifestyle, who have been for many years, that do YouTube vlogs or podcasts, whatever you want to call them, and do promote the ketogenic lifestyle. There's one particular one I can tell you is Primal Health or something like that. It's not like I'm giving shout outs. They don't need it. But what I'm saying is, to back up what I'm saying, this particular person believes that if you're doing ketogenic to lose weight, then you're doing it wrong if you're following it by the way that many other people who follow the ketogenic diet are doing it. Like, you don't want to eat as much fat as, per se, those who are on the ketogenic diet who are doing it for mental health purposes. So if you're doing a ketogenic diet for the purpose of trying to limit the amount of antidepressants you might be on, or if you're having seizures and you're trying to limit the amount of seizure medication that you might be taking, or or if you're just trying to limit the amount of seizures that you're having. The ketogenic diet was created in the 1920s to help with adolescents who were going through many of those that I just mentioned. And it was to help them. And it worked then for those particular reasons and those particular symptoms. So, many years later, more trials and more things, more people trying out the diet for all it's worth, for whatever purpose. And they found that, you can lose a pretty good amount of weight. People were feeling healthier, less fatigue, more brain cognition. And yeah, just doing a lot better for themselves. And I felt all that while I was on the ketogenic diet the first time around. And I stuck to it for a good 170 some odd days. Then I decided, I felt like I plateaued. And then I did an egg fast. And that was the downfall for me of the whole situation, because I lost quite a bit of weight on that egg fast. In fact, I was looking back at my notes when I did the egg fast. And it was incredible because I actually went down to 234.4 pounds. It hadn't been that low in quite a long time. I'd been lower, but not that low in quite a long time. And after that 234.4 pounds, and that was on day 172 and 173, I recorded on both those days, 234.4 pounds. That was actually day 11 of my egg fast, which I went and made it all the way through. But on day 12, or what would have been day 12 of the egg fast, I decided to wean myself off slowly. And so actually on what would have been day 13, I weighed in at 236. So I actually gained a pound and 4 ounces overnight, just coming off the diet. But then little but slowly, just a couple of days later, then I was 240, then 242, 245, and then 246, then 249. So here I am, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do paleo now. And I have this in my notes. And so day 1 paleo, day 2 paleo. The weight started to come down a little bit. Did I know what paleo was? No, not exactly. I think what my idea of paleo was you're allowed to have some sweet potatoes, which are good, healthier choices of starches if you're going to have them, because they're complex carbs, which are better for your body, but still they're a starch. And you don't eat those kind of things because you don't really eat root vegetables when you're on a ketogenic diet. So lo and behold, I started to pack on the weight, and I would say a little bit slowly, but it seemed like kind of quickly. I'm packing back the pounds, and before you know it, I'm back up into the 250s by the 29th of July, and it steadily, it just kind of just kept going and going, and it seemed like 252.2 I recorded on August 3rd, and and then I was back in the 240s for a little bit all through August. But it just kind of fluctuated between 249, 247, 245, 244, 243, 244, 243, 243. And I just kind of stuck at 243, it seemed like, for at least a good week. Then I stopped paying attention around the 28th of August. I didn't really record my weight. I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing. And if I was paying attention to what I was doing, it was just, just kind of like going through the motions of what I had done all the time for the last 6 years. Almost 6 years anyways. I would get on the scale in the morning. I would weigh myself. And so I know what I was doing. But come time to go into the kitchen and eat, was I making the right choices? No. And then Hurricane Irma decided she was going to come our way where we live here in Florida, and there was nothing good on the shelves to be had. What was I going to do? I started buying all this garbage food, just stocking up on food that did not have to be refrigerated, like the snack pack puddings and the snack pack jellos and all these things that weren't refrigerated to begin with. So I knew they didn't need refrigerators should our power go out, which it ended up doing, and we were without power for quite a while. So in any case, I was eating a lot of this junk food again that I had totally cut out of my diet and I hadn't eaten in many, many days. And so finally, by the 22nd of September, I get back on the scale. I'm 259.8 pounds. And by the 25th, I was down 256.6, and the 27th, 255.2. And then I seem to have dropped off the face of the weight loss chart planet here, and I was not recording my weight again. And so it wasn't until October 1st I said, that's it. Enough is enough. I got to restart. And I think I even did a video on my channel here. Hold on while I get a little sippy of my coffee. Anyways, saying that I was restarting. And then if I didn't do a video here, I probably posted it on my LosingDrea's Journey blog or somewhere. I don't remember, but I remember telling somebody I was restarting. And I have it here that I wrote it down, and I was 258 pounds on October 1st. Well, I was going away then. That was on a Monday, if I remember correctly. No, it was on a Sunday, I'm sorry, if I remember correctly. And on October 5th, I then got the flu, which is what I had just recently been getting over. And you guys know if you did watch my last video. And I didn't do anything. I didn't weigh myself or anything until I finally started to get over the flu, which is almost like week 3 would have been. Because I decided I was only going to weigh myself once a week. And that doesn't work for me. Because if I weigh myself only a weekly basis, I'm not really keeping accountable to me. Now, some people say they get upset and they don't want to weigh themselves every day because, your weight does fluctuate with water and other different conditions. But, I'm not looking at my weight to say, the conditions. But for me, it keeps me accountable because at least if I'm in a routine, okay, I weigh myself every day, I go in the kitchen, then I make myself my coffee or my hot tea or whatever it is I decide to have, whether I eat then or I eat later in the day, whatever my routine is, I got to stick to that routine because I don't like change. So whenever I veer off of what I normally been doing, it sends my mind, my emotions, everything go spiraling into a downwards, eclipse of nowhere. And if it's somewhere, it's nowhere good. So, yeah, I start to see where things happen. So anyways, on week 3, now the 16th of October, I get on the scale after having the flu, and I'm 263.2 pounds. And that's probably, I didn't look back to see when the last time I was that weight in those numbers. But I know that I was definitely a good 262.6 on day 1 on keto way back on the 8th of January of this year. So, here I am, 263.2 pounds, which is a pound more than I was on January 1st. And all of this, I don't want to call it deprivation of eating crap because, you can look at it this way. You can say that you're depriving yourself of living a life of being able to eat whatever you want, or you can say that you are enabling yourself to live a good life without eating all that crap that whether you want it or you don't want it, it's not good for you. It's not healthy for you. It's just, it's creating hunger. It's creating bad habit. And it's just like a drug, and it's just making you want more and more and more of it. and it's not good for you, and it keeps you prisoner to your kitchen, to your refrigerator, to your pantry, to the grocery stores, and to all their sales of all their crap food. I don't need to do that. I don't need to eat when there is food left over on someone else's plate. I don't need to eat everything that's on my plate. There are so many different things that I need to get my mind back in order to where it was. Because, when I started this journey in 2011, I was go about the losing of the weight, and you couldn't deter me. Even if you were eating out or you took me out to eat, I'd find a way to make it so that I could sit there and, because my husband never liked to eat. I'm not going to eat if you're not going to eat. Well, I found a way to find something to eat so that he didn't feel like he was all by himself eating. So, in any case, rather than go on and on and on about that, like I said, 263.2 back on the 16th. The 17th, I weighed in at 259.2, and I lost 4 pounds in overnight. And then today I got on the scale, I was 257.8, which means I lost an additional 1.4 pounds. So I gained 5.2 pounds from the 1st to the 16th, being on the flu. And that was mainly, besides eating a little bit of crap, there was a lot of honey that I was eating, drinking in my coffee for my throat and for the coughing. And honey might be good for several different things, but it is not your friend if you are trying to lose weight. I can tell you right now, it is natural sugars. And if you ever look at honey, at the very, very bottom of the honey, and I'm talking about raw, unfiltered honey, the most organic, purest, I think I paid $7 for a little jar of this honey, thinking, that doesn't make a difference. The bottom of the jar was crystallized. The exact same thing that happens with sugar. It crystallizes. So it's no different than sugar. It's just in a different form, comes from a different source, but it's still going to have the same reaction to your body once it hits those areas of your body that you really don't want it to hit. So there you go. A 5.2 pound gain since the 1st of October to the 16th. And now where I officially restarted again on the 16th of 263.2 down to today 257.8. I have officially lost 2 ounces more than I had gained. So I'm ahead of the game as far as from October 1st, but I still got a long way to go. So, if you're going to come at me and attack me because you've been following me for quite a long time and I haven't lost any more weight in your eyes, or I haven't been doing anything more with my weight loss, and you want to shake me or whatever, listen, I get how you might feel, because I don't think I'd probably want to watch somebody who's not going to motivate me because they're not doing the right thing. But I look at it this way. First of all, this is my channel. I do these videos so that I have something to look back on, number one, so that I can keep a good account and visualize where I've been, what I've gone through, where I'm at. And also I can keep accountable. So to those people who are genuine followers of mine, who have been following me on my journey since October 10th, I think, 2011, all the way up until now, they see what I've been going through, and they appreciate me as a friend and not just somebody who's on here as a YouTube presence who's trying to give them something that, to make a buck. I don't care about the clicks. I don't care about the likes. I don't care about the dislikes. I care about myself first. Yes, I'm a little selfish, but if I can help just one person, encourage or motivate anybody, just one person, I'm happy. And I do have a following of people that either write into me personally or have contacted me through either Facebook or some other social media, and or even here on YouTube and down in the comments, left word with me how appreciative they are that how somehow, some way, how I have motivated or inspired them to lose weight, and they're currently doing that, and they're going forward and they're doing other things with their life that weight loss has enabled them to do. So I'm happy about that. But was that my initial thoughts when I came on here to do the videos that I do on my channel? No. I'm almost about 600 videos in, if not more. I lost track after 500 and something videos. I'm not in a race to see how many videos that I can make. I'm not trying, like I said, to be here to do as many videos as I can, to get as many clicks as I can, to make any money. YouTube does not pay squat from what I've heard, and definitely from what I've seen. You couldn't make that good of a living on here on ads. But I used to not do monetization in my videos because I didn't care for ads on my videos, but then YouTube started placing ads regardless to whether I liked them or not, and therefore I said, well, if YouTube's going to do it, I am an AdSense, whatever you call it, subscriber. So then I just started monetizing my videos because my own brother told me, well, you should, no matter what you put on there, you're stupid if you don't. Well, I don't want to be stupid, so I started monetizing my videos. Why not? They're going to be ads on there regardless. So, hey, it is what it is, guys. So yeah, so as the title states somewhere, I have a 5.2 pound loss in just 2 days. And I'm doing good. I'm not cheating. I'm not eating elevation bars. I'm drinking a lot of water by the way of continuing to drink tea. Yesterday I didn't have any coffee at all. I just had hot tea and liquid stevia. I used I don't have it with me in here. I usually keep one, but I use the Great Value liquid stevia, and I have hot tea. And this cup, believe it or not, holds 22 ounces. It's a huge cup. Now, yes, now I have coffee, but it holds 22 ounces of tea, coffee, whatever you put in it. I do not count water when I drink coffee, but I do count it if I drink tea. So yesterday I actually had 4 of these. So, do the math, guys. I had like 90-something ounces, 96 ounces or whatever of water just in drinking tea. And I had a great day, and I peed a lot, and the result was another 1.4 pound loss. Whether it's water weight or not, it's as long as it's not on my scale when I step on it, I'm okay with that, guys. It's still a loss. So, with that said, ooh, I'm sorry, when I put that heavy-ass coffee cup down, shook my whole thing. With that said, be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, but just be you. Be the boss of your loss if you're on a weight loss journey. And I will definitely be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Be blessed.